Everyone, it's Nerfinator again. I'm back with another video. Today I'm doing another review, and I've also got a bit of an announcement to make, so stay tuned to the end of the video for that, which I hope you guys will really like. I have been waiting to announce that bit for a little bit. The review I'm doing this time is on another blaster that I made myself. This is another custom build. It's another one that I really like personally. I did this, I was kind of hoping for a bit of a combo theme, and I was going for a bit of a woodland hunter type deal out of it, and I really like how it turned out. This is kind of the sister project, as it were, to the last video that I uploaded, my Devastator mod, which was a Magnus mod. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I definitely recommended it. I just posted it yesterday, and it's already got some views. I've got some positive feedback on that, which is awesome. And so without any further ado, let's get into the review itself. This is, of course, the Nerf Blazing Bow. I did this a little while back, kind of like the Devastator mod. As you can see, I did it in a nice, beautiful, flat hunter green, just like the Devastator. I did the accents in a nice leather brown. I used the same paints as I did on the Devastator. I think it turned out very well. I didn't do any black detail work on this. I wanted it to look kind of like a carved, like it was carved out of like a wood or something like that. I wanted it to feel like it was a real bow, something that would look more like a hunter, you know, something like that. And I think it really turned out great. I love how it turned out. The Blazing Bow, of course, if you know much about Nerf, was originally designed to shoot these big Nerf arrows, and well, I have singled it to where it now shoots. Here we go. Regular old Elite darts. This is, of course, a Star Wars Elite dart. I've also got a China dart, a little off-brand dart here. Take a minute. And I've also got an AccuStrike dart. So I'll be able to show you guys kind of how well these things fire altogether. How powerful this thing is, because it's pretty powerful. I mean, it's not too shabby. It is punching ranges that are right about the same as the Devastator, which is about 120. This actually gets a little bit better ranges than the Devastator. This is punching about 130 to sometimes close to 140 if it catches the nice tailwind. So I really like this thing. It's definitely not to be used indoors. It hurts at close distance. The only downside to this thing is you have to be really good at aiming with this type of weapon. If you're really good with aiming weapons that are under tension, then you should be pretty good with this one. The only complaints I have about this paint is when I clear coated it, I couldn't quite see what I was doing. It was a little bit dark outside, and it alligatored in some spots. If you can see that, it kind of got these really kind of nasty spots on it, and that happened really the most right here on the handle, if you can see that. But it happened mostly right around there, and then just that one little spot right there. Other than that, this turned out great. I love these paints. I'm using Krylon Fusion. This was the green I used was the Krylon Fusion Camouflage Ultra Cover. It worked great. I love that paint. I've worked with it twice now, or no, 3 times now, and I really like it. I think it works great. I'm going to load in a Elite China dart. As far as the rebarrel, what I do is I just took a section of a Vulcan chain, and I put it in there. It's also kept in there by duct tape. On the inside, it kind of increases the seal a little bit, makes it where it holds in there very nice and tight. A very nice mod. I think I like it quite a bit. It has definitely improved the range, the power, everything. I'm going to take one shot going that way, and then I'm going to go to the back of the camera, and I'm going to fire towards the calendar behind me. So here we go. So yeah, I'm going to take the last 3 darts. I'm going to go behind the camera and show you guys how accurate this thing is, which it's not insanely accurate, but it certainly puts the fear in some of your targets when you're shooting at them. So I'll show you that. First I'll be firing the Star Wars Elite dart, and so I'll show you guys how well that works. Next is the off-brand green dart. It's a Dart Zone dart. These things hurt when you get hit. And finally we're going to be firing the AccuStrike dart. And the AccuStrike dart, yeah, it just about punched a hole in the calendar, so yeah, this thing is hitting really hard at close range. It is deadly. I've been hit by this thing before. It's not pleasant, at least not at close ranges. At longer distances it gets harder to hit your target, and that gets a little bit frustrating sometimes, especially because, as you can see, this thing has no ammo storage, so you have to carry either a bunch of ammo in your pockets or be a really good shot, or both. At any rate, it's a great blaster. I think it turned out very well. The limbs, I made it to where they're removable. So you've got 1, 2. And the limbs have received a little bit of wear and tear over time. It's just because it's a really tight fit. It has nothing to do with the paint. Any paint will eventually wear off. I've had this thing for about a little over a year. It's seen constant battle, and as you can see, I mean, the paint job really is holding up tremendously. It looks great still. As far as the mods I did to this, obviously I took out the air restrictor. I also shortened the barrel length, and I added in the rebarrel. But on top of that, I also replaced the spring, and the spring I used was the spring from Nerf Mega Centurion. The Centurion was designed to shoot mega darts. Now, the spring in a Centurion is about this long. It's also about this big around. That kind of helps you figure out how powerful this thing is. It's a beast. That's all I have to say about that. If you guys like this thing right here, I will be taking, well, actually, let's get into the announcement part of this video. Officially, as of, I'd say about a couple weeks ago, I have officially launched my business. My website is up. I will put the link to that in the description box below, and so that won't be too hard. I have finally figured out how to do that, finally. And I will also say right now, I'm taking orders. I will only, this is a bit of an important part, mainly for skill level reasons. I won't be taking any commissions or projects that have a base blaster price. That means the blaster off the shelf cannot cost more than $20. I will do up to $20, and if you want me to do one that is, say, a little bit more special, or maybe a little bit more rare, if a blaster has a special significance to you, I may take a look at it, shoot me an email, and I will consider taking a look at that. As far as getting in touch with me for making an order, I will just tell you right now, so you don't have to go through my website. I will go ahead and list all the paints that I have in the description box below, and I will also list the modification options right now. I will tell you that I can do, will be able to do very shortly, is the brass rebarrel. I also am able to do currently a seal increase, and I will do an AR removal, and a spring removal, or spring replacement, excuse me. The spring replacement will cost about $4 because, frankly, springs aren't cheap. As far as the AR removal and the seal increase, that's 50 cents a piece. At the current time, I'm out of Teflon tape, so I'll have to pick some of that up. So the initial seal increase will have to be the cost of the initial Teflon tape. I'm doing this just about as cheap as I can because I'm not going to make a terrible amount of money off of this. I'm probably not even going to make 12 bucks, like maybe 12 bucks an order. That's it. The rest of that goes right back into making the next order for you guys, and so I mean it's about as cheap as I can make it. I want to bring you guys quality work at an affordable price, so that I feel like there's a market out there for people who want a nice and good quality Nerf blaster that is custom tailored to them, that they don't have to pay an arm and a leg for. I mean, you go online and you will literally be paying over $100 sometimes for something like a retaliator that honestly I could literally do for half the price. And if you go online, you can find hammer shots. Okay, hammer shots for like $70 modified. That's with a paint job and everything. I will sell you a hammer shot for $45. Okay, that's fully painted, fully clear coated, and fully modified. That's not a bad deal. As far as getting to the website, I'm having a little bit of an issue on that. Google doesn't seem to like to make my website show up on Google search, so don't bother doing that. You have to click the link in order to go to my Google site. Because I created it through Google Sites, for some reason you have to go to Google Sites in order to find my website. So I'm going to look into that. I may end up remaking my website somewhere else and just totally redoing it. If that happens, I promise you it'll still be under the same name, nerfinatormods.com, and you'll still be able to hopefully eventually be able to look it up on Google search and be able to find it. That would be awesome. But enough of me going on and on. If you guys want an order, I will be taking those now. Also, you guys have to pay for shipping to your area. I do not pay for shipping. That would be money down the drain for me, because let's face it, if you guys are like 3 or 4 states away, I can't afford that kind of shipping. Now, if you guys live within the Hayes area in Kansas, if you guys live in the Hayes area, I will possibly be able to deliver it to you personally. But you have to live in either the city of Hayes or within a short driving distance, like a 15 to 20 minute driving distance from Hayes. So that's the conditions for not having to pay shipping. If you're within 15 to 20 minutes of Hayes, don't worry about shipping. Just email me your address and I will drop it off at your house personally. As far as everyone else, if you are anywhere else in the state or out of state, I will have to ship it to you, so you guys will have to pay shipping, just like any other company. I will not charge tax as of yet. I don't have my business up to the point where I'm going to need to charge tax, because frankly, well, I'm not to the point where I have to pay income tax yet. And so once I get up to that point, I will let you guys know that you guys will have to start paying tax at that point. It won't be that much. It'll probably be like 8 to 10%, probably around 8% tax, which isn't that bad. That's less than what you pay at Walmart. So, I mean, I'm trying to make this as cheap as possible for you guys and yet still make a profit. Just barely for me. I mean, I can't live off this yet, but hey. It's something I'm passionate about, and it's something I want to bring you guys for some time. And I just hope I can bring it to you in the best possible way. So I hope you guys have liked this video. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment in the comments below. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at a blaster that I spent about a week on this thing, and I think it turned out pretty good. I've also got a commission, or actually my first order has come in already. There's a guy I met at Scout Camp this previous week, and so he has ordered a blaster, and I will also be doing a build video on that. I'll hopefully get that posted sometime after I've got it completed, and so yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just starting out, and so if there's any tips you guys can give me whatsoever, I would really appreciate it. Any help and advice you guys can give me would be awesome. I really appreciate that kind of thing. So I will stop jattering on and on about myself, and so this is Nerfinator signing off.